Come here. Welcome to the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, live every Sunday on Leicester Fan TV. Come on, you Foxes. Good morning, Foxes. How the devil are you today? How's your weekend been so far? It hasn't been ruined just yet. Derby County have the record, which is fantastic on my thing. I think brilliant. Anyway, welcome to the original Sunday morning Leicester City football show. Well, you know what day it is. It's Sunday. It's 9:30 a.m. So it's time for the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, run by us fans in here for you fans out there. And you know what? Your opinion really matters. So get them comments in. Let's get going. It's kick-off time. Come on, you Foxes.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Foxes Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.
Morning all, morning Simon. Yes, I hope you're well. I'm fine, thank you. Mark King from Shepshed. How the devil are you, pal? Shepshed, always blue in colour. Yes, it is. Morning Chris. Morning Stephen. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Morning Jane, I hope you well. I've just got up, so my eyes are not working very well, to be honest. Morning, Nick. Hope you're well. Wayne, perfect morning for a Forest beating to fell them trees. Can the Foxes gnaw at them tricky trees and get 3 points? Will Ruud van Nistelrooy make any changes into the squad today? I don't know. Morning, Mary. Hope you're well. Simon, I hope you're well. I'm going to get Reedy in now. Let's get this comment in. Morning, Jamie. My missus is a hardcore Forest. She's going to the game, so I've got the run of the house. Change the locks while she's gone. Change the locks, LCFC. Great. Here's Reedy. Morning, Reedy. How are you, pal?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Are you looking forward to it, mate?
Of course I am. My sister's a Forest fan, so she's going as well because it's going to be fun. But yeah, let's hopefully we can get one past them because we need to stop them getting Champions League, don't we?
I mean, you've got a bit of a tricky journey to the ground today, haven't you, pal?
Yeah, I'm getting the bus straight to Nottingham instead of getting the supporters coach. So I'll have a bus full of Forest fans, which means I will not be wearing colours today, unfortunately.
Do you think you're the only Leicester fan on that bus?
Probably. I know there's a few around our area that I don't know personally, but I know that are Leicester fans, so I might see them on there. But yeah, by the time I get to the City ground, there'll be a jam-packed full bus of Forest.
What bus number is it you're going on?
I'm not telling you.
Well, you're going on Reedy's bus to Nottingham, help him out, support him, be his bodyguard, because he's been a brave little soldier. He's going on his own. It's only 10 minutes from Reedy. No, it's a bit longer than 10 minutes, it's about half hour for you, isn't it?
It's about half hour on the bus, yeah. But yeah, if you drove, yeah, about 10 minutes.
His wife just called you a chicken.
What? Because I'm not wearing colours. I think it's a right decision. I think
it is. Morning, Dawn. How are you? I hope you're well. On Vards, please score. Yes, my ideal scenario today, Reedy, would be for Vardy to score a last-minute winner off his backside and stop Forest getting a European place. How do you feel about that?
I think it's either or for me. Again, yes, I wouldn't like to lose to Forest, and with the form of this season, it's not going to be an easy game. But again, Vardy scoring the 200 goal, even if we did lose, I wouldn't be too annoyed because that's a big reason why a lot of fans are going to today's game, even if they are expecting a loss. But there's every chance you can get a result with the last 5 or 6 games of how they've been playing. They're back to the 17th from last season of the form they're in. So right now, and the pressure on them is mental, and then hopefully we can get a result because even a draw could be enough to stop them getting Champions League, and that's what I think everyone's hopes are at the moment for it.
Well, the Saints drew with Man City. Oh no, wrong comment. Sorry. The Saints drew with Man City yesterday. So Gray says. Now I'm over the moon about that because Southampton have got 12 points. and Derby still have 11 points, which means Derby are still bottom of the table and are still the worst team in the Premier League.
Surely that means we're better than Man City if we could beat Southampton home and away and they can't beat them at their place.
Well, you would have thought so, wouldn't you? You would have thought so. Morning, Adrian. How are you? Morning, both. We're down, but it would be great to get a good result today. Yes, it would be, Anne. Yes, I think getting a good result. Would you class a draw as a good result, or is it only a win would be a good result, Reedy?
I think a draw might be good enough to stop them getting Champions League, so I don't mind it. And again, as long as you don't lose, I'd be happy. But I think the overriding thing of it all is even if we did lose, just make sure Vardy gets that 200th goal, and it'd be brilliant to get it against Forest. But you never know. If he doesn't get it today, he could easily get it against Ipswich or Bournemouth, but you'd like to get it over today.
Matt, is she still eating Chris? Her daughter came in and all she ate was crisps and nuts all the time while watching the football. She loved it. Morning, Nick. How are you? Let's see what Nick says. Jamie Reedy, would you where's that gone? Would you take Gary O'Neill for Rude's replacement? Did well at Bournemouth. At the minute, I'm not going to talk about managers because we've still got the clown in charge. So there's no real talk about until he's gone. I don't think it's worth talking about it, really, is it? He's going to be there now.
Right. Yeah, right now he's not been told otherwise, so he is in charge. And again, I know a lot of fans after the Southampton win did say, "Oh, he might not be that bad." I kind of see it in the way of I think most managers probably will bring us back up with the team we could have next year. I'm not saying he should stay because I don't think he doesn't deserve to, but someone like Rude, who is like maybe an Enzo Maresca style of manager who hasn't had too much experience, I think maybe he might need it in a way of like Rude might need the Championship to kind of boost his CV back up because right now no one's going to want him and it's understandable. But again, I'm not being opposed to saying I want to keep Rude. I'm just saying that if there is someone else coming in, what change is that going to make? In my opinion, I don't know. But again, right now he's still under contract, so you might as well keep him.
Yeah, I hope not, Jane. I really hope not. I didn't watch your team talk team tactics with Sam on Friday? You did it. What kind of team did you put? Did you make any changes? And do you think Rude will make changes today? Later on.
We put out the teams we probably prefer to play, not what the team Rude's going to play, because I think he's going to play basically the same team. I personally put Warrior Koulibaly in right back. I think you need the difference in pace and whatnot in that right back position against someone like Alanga. But he's going to probably start Justin again. Midfield, I would probably prefer to play Soumare because I think Skip is absolutely dreadful. I know Soumare's not been great at times this season, but overall with the midfield, you need someone a bit more dynamic in a way and can go up the pitch. Skip for me just can't even do that, and he can't even make a good challenging. So Soumare was in for me with Ndidi, and then in the attack, I've gone nowhere near AU because I just can't stand him. And I've gone for Monga, Evans, and Vardy, which is a bit of a hard one because there's two strikers in there. But I'd much rather see Evans start than
Tony would not play too many kids today. Going to be a difficult atmosphere.
Agreed.
Yes, I agree with that. Yes, Tony, totally agree with that. It will be a difficult atmosphere, and there's a lot of old pros on the Notts Forest team. But giving them a run would help build their confidence, surely. But I totally agree with what they're saying. Sometimes, I know Alan Hansen said it, you can't win anything playing youngsters. But Man United did it. That was my best Scottish accent I could do, by the way. But yeah, I think today's game would be a little bit too much for both of them to play. Maybe one, but definitely not both of them. But I agree with what Tony's saying there.
I agree. I did say that as well. But when you've got the likes of Mabadidi, Fatawu, and Buonanotte could be back in the fact of he is back fit, but
he's not because of the concussion. It's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks.
But he did say, didn't he say he's back in contention for the team?
I'm not sure, but it's 2 weeks out. You need to have 2 clear weeks from actually having the injury.
But either way, if all three of them are out for me, I just wouldn't go anywhere near AU. I know he scored last week, and I know he's probably got that brain on him that they probably need, but there's just no threat in it. And for me, you've got to have a bit of a Monger or a bit of Evans to give you a bit of an idea on what you want to do going forward. For me, AU doesn't even give that; he just always goes backwards. So for me, yes, I agree with not having too many youngsters in, but you've got to have someone in there because right now we've got no wingers or a creative player in there other than Elkanous. So for me, you've got to have either Monger or Evans in there.
Matt, I'm not too sure whether Nelson and Alves can play.
They can't. They're not in the 25.
No, well, they're under 21 in there.
Can they play if they're after that?
Well, I still think the class as on loan until the end of the actual season. The way the football season runs with contracts, I'm not sure, Matt. I wouldn't know, but I'm not sure. If they are, fair play. I hope they do. Adrian says, agree with Reedy. That's changed. Someone agreeing with Reedy makes a change. That does. Not many people agree with Reedy. He's been in training this week. Yeah, I might be wrong about it, but I thought it was.
I think he did say he was in contention. That's all I can remember him saying.
Well, I hope so.
If he is, then I'd play him in a heartbeat. I've not been the biggest fan of him this second half of the season because I think he's too selfish and I think he keeps holding to the ball too much. But when you have got Mabadidi and Fatu out, you've got to use him. I would honestly play Buonanotte, Elkanous and Monger on the wing and then Vardy up front. I think you've still got a very creative attack there.
Yeah. Brian Marshall was in hospital with a Birch. He was hobnobbing it with the best of them while he was in Glenfield Hospital. And he got talking. He told me about Monger, but we have a lot of young ones coming up with talent. Sometimes the talent doesn't show as they get older, don't they, really? They show it in the youngsters, but when they get up to the senior team, it can make a different kettle of fish.
Well, I've seen a lot of things about Monger, and people are saying about, he's a wonder kid and all that. From what I've seen, yes, he's had a few minutes here and there. We've not seen enough to see anything great, in my opinion. Yes, he probably is a great talent, but because he's only had 30 minutes or 10 minutes or 8 minutes, he's only been able to have like one good run in a game. Like we've got to have him for a full 90 minutes to see how good he is. And even Rude said in the press conference, it's not school time on the weekend, so he will be available. He's got to play. He's got to play. Like, yes, it's Forest, but if there's any player in this team who knows what this game is going to be, it's going to be Monger. He's an academy player, isn't he? So
he's an academy player. I wouldn't go. He's the only player.
No, he's not the only player, but he's one of the players that will actually care. Like Vardy will know what this game means.
Yeah.
There's players, and then there's other players like I don't know Christensen who probably won't play, but he won't care about what sort of game this is.
That sort of goes on to Terry's comment. How many of the players today will give a shit about today's results?
Exactly.
Whether the youngsters, the academy players, will give a damn, which they will, because they've come on. When they've come on, they've looked pretty good. Mm-hmm. They've looked like they've wanted to play, haven't they?
Yeah, I think Elkanous as well. I think he will give a stuff. He will know what he's doing because I think he's giving a bit of a proudness and a bit of fight for us. What did Nick say there? Sorry.
This one. You're peeing in the wind if you think Ruud van Nistelrooy will start.
Hey, he won't start him.
I know
he'll probably start Mr. Sticky AU, who he can't get up the pitch.
But at least you've got one thing. If you're in a bit of a desperate trouble, you can knock the referee out. So that's one good thing.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Richard says RVN knows what's going to happen at the end of the season regards to his future, just because he says he's not spoken to the club about the situation. I think he does know what's happening. I really do. I agree with Richard. And it's hard for me to say agreeing with Richard. But yes, I do agree with him. I think he knows.
I think he's staying.
I hope he doesn't.
I think he is staying because otherwise we would have known, I think, by now.
Ayew has scored more than Daka.
I couldn't care less. Mate. AU, if people watch him week in, week out, which I know probably a lot of people do, and he scores goals here and there and he gets credit for it, he just doesn't do anything creative in a way of like the free kick he got before he scored his goal. It was bloody woeful. The corners, absolutely woeful. the running, he gets up the pitch and then just goes, oh, I'll get a foul now, instead of going, oh, I'll try and beat my man. Because he can't beat a man. He's useless. For me, he's useless. The only reason we're playing him is because we haven't got any other senior players in the team to do that role.
I totally agree with you about the corners, but the problem is with the corners, they always go for the corner of the 6-yard box, so you've got the flick on. And that's the thing. Very rarely you put it right in the middle of the box.
No, yeah, I get it.
Is to run on. That's what they try to do. That's why sometimes I'm the first one to have a pop at not beating the first man from a corner, but that's modern day football. I'm not allowed to talk about old school football, putting it right into the mixer. They don't do that no more. They want to do the perfect goal, flick it on, hit it at the back post, and a strike. That's why we see so many.
What I'm seeing here as well is everyone's saying, oh, he's better than Daka. He doesn't play in the same position. Daka's a striker. AU is a winger, and he's not even a winger. He's like the worst right winger you could probably get, as in the fact of he's not creative, he's not attackive. Every time he gets the ball, he goes backwards, and he's more defensive than anything. Really, he's more a right wing back because all he can do is defend and get fouls. I don't really see his use in the attack.
Gareth, I agree with you here. I said it weeks ago about Monga. We did. I think it was the FA Cup game. I think it was. And I said, oh, give him a run. And I agree with Gareth. We should have given the youngsters a bit more of a run. And we might have not been in this situation, Gareth. They might have pulled something out of the bag. Some of the youngsters that have come through the club and done Julian Joachim, Emil Heskey, they've put them in, and they've done wonders for us, and they've saved our bacon at times. So, no, somebody just put a comment about going to the. No, I'm working. I can't remember who said it. Adrian. No, I'm not going to the Ipswich game because I'll be working. Unfortunately, I'd have been like to be there because that could have been the last Premier League home game for a while. Daka should change his vocation to a sprinter. AU can play a striker.
There's always, yeah, he can play striker. Shame he's not doing it when Vardy's up front.
Different kind of striker. Brighton still could have done a job for us. Yes, I still think he could have done a job for us if he had another year. Craig Hendry, I'm going to bet on Daka today, but to fall over and not score. I guarantee he'll fall over at least once. Yes, only Vardy will care. Daka can't hear a barn door. As long as
all this, I was going to say, where's all this? I've not even mentioned Daka.
You have? No, I did.
Today I haven't. I was going to say not today. I have.
We're only playing Vardy to get him to 500 games and 200 goals. That's been the case. Yes, it is true because Vardy hasn't been playing that well, but he hasn't had the service, Derek. That's all I can say. There's been no service to him.
The moment he gets service, he scores.
Last week was the prime example. He gets service and he puts it in the back of the onion bag, which is what strikers are paid to do. I know he missed a penalty, but when you get service, he can still do it. It's simple.
And when you get a free kick, he can take them.
Oh, what a free kick it was. It definitely weren't a penalty, though, afterwards. Definitely was.
No.
Let's hope Vardy gets his 200th goal. Yeah, let's hope. Oh, hi, Phil. Yeah, morning. Better late than never, boss. Nice to see you woke up in time. Also, we have no. I'm in trouble for that now, aren't I? Also, we have no strikers in the Championship. Well, you got Daka. You never know.
You got AU.
Now Vardy is leaving and he is officially going, right? The pressure is off. Any striker that comes in, the pressure is off.
Do you know what?
He hasn't got to live up to Vardy's reputation.
Do you know what? I've been slating AU all stream, and I will tell you now, I would, as much as I wouldn't prefer it, I wouldn't mind if AU was our striker next year. In the fact of if we haven't got other replacement for Vardy next year because we can't or we haven't, AU probably won't be the worst. But again, he's still too defensive in my opinion. But yeah, as a winger, no point even playing him.
Like Phil says, there'll be 30,000 Forest fans singing and chanting. They've still got something to play for.
Yeah, but the pressure's on them. That's the problem. That is a problem. Pressure will kill you.
If we can hold them out for the first 10, 15 minutes, maybe snatch a goal early doors and quieten that crowd down, the pressure will be on.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure
They got to
will-
get a win. They got to get a win. That's the difference.
Yeah, they 100% need a win. If we look at the league table, I hate talking about Forest being up there. They're in 7th on 61 points. And if they win today, they'll go back into the Champions League places on 64. If we win today, we move up to 18th.
18th.
Woo! Woo! So there's a lot of the banter. I mean, is there many Forest fans in Loughborough, really, where you are?
A few, yeah.
Is that? And do you see any on your day-to-day travels or?
No, not really. Anyone they either playing or they want to.
Right. But to have that Monday morning, you can go into work and you're like, yeah, you've got one up on the Forest fans. It'd be
Hey, that's the thing. I said to this in the office. I said, "Oh, we've got the last hurrah or the last win against them," and they're like, "Well, yeah, but you'll only have it for a few minutes before they go, yeah, you're relegated, mate." Hey, I've said this game is different to a normal game. This isn't like, oh, I don't care if we get beaten 5-0 or what this. It's Forest away. It doesn't matter. This game is like a cup final in a way of like whoever wins it wins like the prize of having them over them. Do you know what I mean? If we beat them, if we beat them and they don't get Champions League, we're the big reason why. That's the difference. And for me, yes, it's probably a lot of people saying it's good to see Forest up there, but it's not. It's not. We want to beat them. We want to stop them getting it, and we just want to see Vardy get his 200 goal.
Yeah, it'd be good to stop. It'd be good to finish above Ipswich as we did last season. Yes, it would be, and we get an extra 2.5 million for the for finishing. Yeah, I think it's 2.5 million every place you finish. I'm on my way to Nottinghamshire now. You're a bit early, Stevens, for going. Let's just bring Jono in for the last few minutes. Jono, hope you don't got baby brain or anything. You're going to talk sense, or you've been up all night with Littland.
He's got some sick on his shirt.
Fuck off. No, I feel good. Had a good night's sleep last night. So, plus I've got better brain than really has if he thinks Daka's good. So,
where is all this land? I've not said Daka once this stream.
If you want, hold on. Let's see. If you want to chat, if you want to chat, read it in Loughborough. I'm in the Champs on Wednesday. Where's that? Is that a boozer?
It's in Loughborough, yeah. Well, I don't know what you're doing in Champs on Wednesday, mate. We've got no game, is there? But if not, I might pop down, mate.
He just wants to chat with you to talk about old school and how football used to be.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about how it used to be. It's not how it is now, though, is it?
Jono, quickly, because you've come on a bit late. We're near the end.
I have.
What are your thoughts on today and who should be playing?
Just stop Forest from getting Champions League. We're in this exact situation when we were good. We were flying third, second place for God knows how long, 10 points clear. Forest are only 1 point clear above, dropping in outside the Champions League places. Let's make it difficult for them to get it. I want to see Monga has to start. If Monga doesn't start, I'll be disappointed. I think McAteer should start. I want to see. I want to see. What's his bloody name? Koulibaly as right back playing. I want to see all these young players. I do not want to see players who are going to be here next season. I do not want to see Samare. I want to see maybe try a different formation up front, because if we get a transfer embargo, we don't know if we can play a striker when Vardy goes. I'll say something different, just not the typical 11 we've seen all season that got us relegated.
Well, yeah, it's true. We don't want the players that are playing. Let me just read something out from Phil first. This is about next week at the game. Can fans join in a 54th minute applause against Ipswich? Steve Worsdall from Blaby, an avid Leicester City fan for many years, sadly passed away to pancreatic cancer on April the 29th. That's difficult, that is. Aged just 54. Will be sadly missed. His dear friends and family, please applaud together on the 54th minute to pay a tribute to one of our own. I'm sure a lot of fans have that sentiment, and a lot of fans and players have suffered the same loss. It'd be great if they can do that on the 54th minute. Would be absolutely fantastic. That's against Ipswich next week at home. 30,000 people clapping would be more than appreciated. Jono, what do you think to the score-wise today? Reedy's thinking Daka's going to get a hat-trick today.
I've not mentioned him once. Where's all this slander?
I think I want it to be. Also, I think it'll be a draw. I think we now got off that bogey. That big hump on our shoulder is not winning a game in so long, especially at home. I know it's against Southampton, but that'll give us a bit of confidence. It's funny how baffling how Rude said, "Oh, like we finally overcome this." I'm thinking it's a bit late for that now, isn't it? Really, just either a draw or a close win to us. As long as we don't get stomped, I don't care. Just
so you've got. If you had 3 feet, Jono, you'd be able to pick a Leicester win, a draw, or a Forest win. You've got your foot in 2 camps at the minute. A draw.
No. Us to win or draw. I don't like. I think it'll be
as long as we don't lose.
Yeah. Just take points away from Forest. Just take points away from them. That's all we need to do.
Yeah, I think as long as we don't let Forest win, I think that's the important thing, really.
If Southampton could get a clean sheet against Manchester City,
Jono, I saw that game yesterday. Man City were useless.
Yeah, that just shows top teams can be useless.
It looked like they couldn't fight the way out of a paper bag.
Forest has been toothless and useless for the last 5-6 games. Yes, they've got results in draws and stuff, but they've not had a win in quite a while, I don't think. So they've been bottling against teams they should be winning now. So
let's take this away from them. Let's take this away. They can't get into Champions League apart from in the league. Let us make it hard for them to do it. That's all I want to do.
Reedy, what are you going for? A 3-1? Oh yeah, because
3-1 win
with a Daka hat trick.
No, with a Vardy brace and an Alcudia goal. If it is 3-1, Phil owes me a tenner.
Oh right, that's right. So very, very quickly before we go, we're getting to that time of year, end of season. We know we're down. People are leaving. Who can you see leaving and making us a bit of money? That's the problem.
Fast.
Yeah, but they're not going to make us a lot of money, are they? We're not going to get. I mean, Faz was bought for what, 15 million, if I remember right.
Even if we sold players for 5 to 10 million, but we sold a few of them, we'd make money. Again, Sumari would go for 5 to 10 million just because of the French connections and stuff like that.
Yeah, we bought him Sumari for about 18 million, didn't we?
No, I know, I get that, but that's what I'm saying. People are saying, "Oh, Sumari won't go for anything." He will. You've got Daka again. Yes, he's useless, but he will go for some money because he's a striker, and he'll probably do better in a league that isn't as hard. Again, Alcudia, I'd absolutely love him to stay. I don't think he will, but he would be.
Has he done enough for Alcudia? Has he done enough to prove himself?
He probably hasn't, and that's why he's shown enough. He's shown enough. He's not got the stats to back it up. And I think he's shown the quality that he could be Premier League quality. I just don't think the stats is good enough for people to want to buy him. So hopefully, I honestly think he could stay, and I think he will be player of the season next year.
Yeah, Reedy. Andy Potter has put 3-1. Reedy will get that. There you go. If it's 3-1, you've got to get Daka on the back of your shirt.
No, I'm alright, thank you.
Come on.
Hey, he watches my TikToks, and he knows that I absolutely slandered Daka on the TikTok, so
he's not very good, is it? See, the worrying thing I've got is Monga. He's not signed a professional contract yet. He can go for absolutely nothing. We'll get some compensation, 500,000, 1 million maybe, if that. Evans as well. He's just turned 16, so I think he's on a professional contract. If he goes 15 million, like they talk about, Man U, that's pure profit, just apart from academy bills, and that's it. There's no loss at all. And the other one that's really, really worrying me is Ben Nelson. Ben Nelson has had a decent season at Oxford. He could come back. They could sell him for 10, 15 million. And unfortunately, we would have never seen the best of Ben Nelson. That's the worrying thing. Selling this young talent early before we get a chance. is what worries me the
I
most.
think we'll keep him for next year because again, he went down there for a reason because he probably wasn't good enough for the Premier League right now. And now we're in the Championship. I think he is a dead certain, not a dead certain, but I think he should be a dead certain for him to start next season, in my opinion.
Who, Nelson?
Yes.
Yeah. Gray says, why would we sell Nelson when we need money, Gray? It's money.
We need money.
It's clean money, yeah. It's complete free money, yeah.
Clear profit. That's the only thing. I don't want him to go. I think Ben Nelson will be a good player. And if we get a year out of him, 2 years out of him, playing for us, learning the trade a bit more.
And do you know where the biggest money is coming from?
Vardy.
Danny Ward leaving the club.
And Vardy. That's
obviously, and Vardy, yes. But
£200,000 in wages gone instantly.
Yeah.
That was so much more money. This is the reset we've been asking for. And it's not the best reset because we're losing Vardy. But if you want a reset, this is how you start it. By getting rid, not getting rid, but clearing out, not the deadwood, because Vardy's never going to be deadwood, but you know what I mean? The players that need to be gone to start this whole fresh Leicester City as a club. He was never going to be anywhere else otherwise.
Doesn't matter who's going to sign him, he's out of contract.
Yeah.
Well, I think Ward would do a job for a lower division team, honestly.
Wrexham. Have him.
No, I don't think he'll go Wrexham.
No, it's probably not good enough for Wrexham, is he?
Plymouth. What about we go Plymouth or something like that?
Clear as like.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Clear the high earners, yeah.
We've done that. We're doing that.
If Daka scores the winner, his value will go up by 2p. We need these players for next season. Must be kept. Yes, are you talking about the young players, Dawn? Yes, I totally agree with you. But unfortunately, the money.
Monga. That's our signing. Sign Monga.
I've just realised as well what Tony's just said. Yeah, this has been moved to today, isn't it?
Yeah,
because Forest got moved.
No, this is all today.
No, I know. I'm saying because Forest has been moved to today, it clashed with this.
Yeah, their kickoffs at 1 o'clock, I think. And the All-Star lineup is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
There's loads of players, and I know not a lot, but I know a few that have decided to go to the All-Star game rather than go to Forest.
I wasn't shocked beforehand, but now I'm kind of shocked because of the Vardy situation. And I think even Phil said in the office that the Vardy situation is just a deflection from all the bad stuff that's happened this year.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes, it will be a full house at Nomad. Yeah, it'll be an absolutely cracking game. Conrad's done a great thing getting all the players together. Say again, Jono.
Who's playing there?
You've got like Neil Dans, Paul Gallagher,
ex-Leicester players,
Andy King. There's a lot. I can't remember them all off the top of my head.
Andy King's there.
David Nugent's playing.
What? Andy King's playing?
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen Andy King's name there.
So he'd rather be there and be.
No, he's not.
I was going to say he's rather get the Amnesty Nomads than playing against Forest and being in the backup staff.
Is Drinkwater rebuilding the stadium?
No, I can't remember. Andy King's not. No, that's the wrong name. But there's loads of legends playing. Absolutely loads.
Is Gary Taylor Fletcher there?
It's legends. I said, not legends. Legends.
Daka's there then.
Pesky's
right then, Jono. Oh yeah, last time he went Forest, Mad Dog Allen was manager, and I missed 2 of our goals in that cup game. That was Muzzy's playing. Muzzy's playing. Yeah, that was when Michael Brighton's playing as well. There's a decent lineup there. A very decent lineup. Right then, Jono, cheers for joining us, because some of us have got to go work on a Sunday morning. It's part of my job description. Where you can sit at home watching football and Reedy's going to travel on the bus.
I'm busy. I'm just saying that I'm busy. I'm always busy now.
You're always busy. I'm sure you can get Littleton on your lap, either asleep or feeding her, watching the football, pal.
Yeah.
Have you got her on a shirt? Have you got her a shirt yet?
I'm going to get the new shirt with her name on it.
Good lad. All right, and Jono, cheers for joining us. Yeah, make sure you're not black and white, that's for certain.
No, I'm making her be blue, or she gets, a flat next door.
All right, John. I'll speak to you later, mate. Cheers, pal. Thanks for joining.
See ya.
See you later. There we go. There's John from Geordieland. Reedy, you better go and get your bus. You don't want to miss it, do you?
No, I've got an hour and a half and then we'll be going. Can't wait. Come on! Let's beat the Forest. Oh, sorry, let's beat the Florists.
Let's knock them trees. Let's gnaw at them trees and let's knock them down and stop them getting the Champions League. All right then, lads and lasses, much appreciated. Reedy, we shall see you later, mate. Be good.
Bye-bye.
He's on the coach already. Bloody hell, Aggie. Wow, that's early doors. Reedy on the bus goes up and, wheels on the bus go round and around. Reedy on the bus goes round. He will do. Right, see you later, Reedy. Much appreciated.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Right, lads and lasses, thank you for watching once again. Much appreciated for you being here every Sunday morning. Absolutely fantastic effort turning up to watch me and Reedy absolutely waffle on about nothing sometimes, but much appreciated. Just a little bit of homework for you. Please like and share whatever platform you're watching it on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, X, YouTube, LinkedIn. Go and click the like button. Much appreciated. It all helps. There goes the final whistle. Ciao, ciao. Adios. Goodbye. Todd's vein. Come on, you foxes.
Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester